G'day guys, I'm out tonight on a fox shoot. They've lost a few little lambs in this area. As you can see over my shoulder, the moon's at full strength. It's going to be challenging conditions out on these big open flats, but let's see how we go. Rifle of choice tonight is my trusty 6mm BR. Now this rig is fitted in a high-tech composites carbon fibre rifle stock. The action's just a Tikka T3. Barrel on the front is an 18-inch carbon 6 wrapped barrel. It's a Mick bit of gear that. Suppressor on the front is a Shawmac Industries. Scope on the top, trusty Thermion 2 LRF XP50 Pro. The scanner I'm running tonight is a new Pulsar Merger thermal binocular, which is the LRF XP50 model. They're Mickey Mouse as well. So let's go and get some foxes on the deck. Righto, I've just spotted a fox up here about 250 metres in front of me. He was following a fence line and he seemed to duck down into the creek. Pretty sure he was moving towards me. The plan is, we'll get up in front of him, try and get on that creek bank a little bit so I can see down. Fingers crossed he comes right in on top of me. Oi. Quite a lump of a dog fox, this one. I love it when a plan works. He came straight in on me, shot him at about 50 metres. A fox about 260 metres out in this paddock. Try and zip down this road a little bit, see if we can whistle him in. If not, we'll take a longer shot. I only just finished saying to the property owner that it's a good time of year to shoot vixens if you can find them, because you can have a bigger impact. See, they're just about to have fox cubs here in Australia, and this one is heavily pregnant. So although this is only one fox, it's all will count, there's a few more in it, so it's a better outcome in the long term. Well, this is successful. Got some visitors. I don't know how I'm meant to see past them, let alone shoot. But anyway, let's move locations. Shh, I'm talking. Boot for reference, as usual. Someone asked me why I like KFC and I don't like a Portos. That's because the stuff comes out like that. No good. Maybe I got spicier Portos, I don't know. Another heavily pregnant vixen. Good ones to get out of the system. We're certainly removing some numbers overall tonight. This one's got the old googly eye happening. Copped a 80 grain nozzle ballistic tip up the ear. Surprisingly, it's the second fox in this paddock, both within about 200 metres of one another. I haven't even looked for the other one yet. It's probably laying in all of this stuff and probably, to be honest, not worth the effort to find. I'm not going to muck around with this fella too much because I've got another one, possibly two foxes over here behind me. It's happening pretty thick and fast. I've just dropped those two on the other side of this fence. Looked up after I took the video of that heavily pregnant vixen and this guy was sitting out there. Managed to pull him up with a little squeak. I've walked out, looked back across to the left and I've got another fox about 320 metres away. So let's keep chuffing along. I think that's a hare out there. It's a bit hard to tell with them stationary, but that there, that's definitely a fox. 250 out. We'll see if we can change these angles up a little bit. How's that for a big hair on the right there? On the left, that's a full-grown vixen for size scale. Check this fox out. I've whistled this guy in from about 400 metres away. Now unfortunately he swung directions and he came in along a fence line which happened to have a train line and a road behind it. As you'll see in the footage, he came into about 10 metres and then he decided that was probably not the best idea and he started to run away. I had to let him go. You'll see in the footage there's vehicles in the background, no safe shot. Unfortunately, sometimes that's how it rolls. Ooh, that is exciting. I found myself a nice big random mound and I love to climb on a mound, so I better get up there and check things out. Scanning, scanning, scanning. This is what we do all night long, just trying to pick out the animals that we want to find in amongst the ones that we're here to look after. No foxes sighted from that elevated position. I'm not quite sure what you might have thought I meant by getting on top of a mound. Anyway, I'll leave that up to viewer discrepancy. Bugger it, I've got an open paddock and a full moon. Let's tuck over in on this fence line, give him a couple of blasts on the T2 fox whistle, see if I can't entice it a little bit closer than 300 metres. Well, that worked well. I just smoked this young dog fox at about 40 metres. A little bit of mange on the back end of him, so we won't piss about with him too much. I hope the audio's coming across all right on these clips. It's really windy out here tonight. And that's absolutely one thing I will not complain about. One, it gives me a firm direction to hunt in. Two, it means I'm not going to get fogged out. That's a chronic thing out on these lucerne flats. I've come up here a couple of times. You last 20 minutes after dark, the fog comes up. So that won't happen in the wind. Let's keep going. This is one of the big downsides to wandering around in these big open paddocks at night when there's a full moon. The livestock can see you from miles away. They just come storming across this paddock to check me out. Now they're going to run back the other way like silly bastards, scare everything off. Oh, yep, thanks for that. Absolutely charming. Big piss there. That's what I didn't want to see coming out the other end of that paddock with the cattle in it. There's a fox down there under those trees. It's 300 metres away. It's come out of that exact paddock. You might slow down enough to get up there. We'll zip down and see how we go. Unfortunately, I didn't catch up with that fox again. I got down into that tree line where we saw it. Had a good look around. I could see for a few hundred metres. Couldn't see it. So we'll chalk that one up to the cattle wrecking it. That's been a decent little night considering I'm only on about 250 acres. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with the bell icon on. Have a look at my Patreon if you'd like to give me a little bit more support and see what else I'm up to. And I'll see everyone next time.